Masai Ujiri is out as vice chairman and president of the Toronto Raptors.
Whoa.
Sources tell ESPN. This is a cataclysmic move.
Could it be the guy who got drafted not being happy to be there? He's like, you know what? I'm out of here. If you don't want to be here, I'm out of here.
It's the last straw. Like, you drafted a guy who doesn't want to be here.
But then you saw, like, on whoever's Instagram account, I don't know if it was his or if it was the team, they posted a picture of him as a kid wearing the old school Toronto Raptors shirts.
That doesn't mean anything. Kids wear anything
Was
nowadays.
that the rare happy F word?
It didn't look
I'm
happy.
so happy.
It didn't look happy. But so this is really interesting.
So this isn't him, like, being moved to a different role. He's out of the
He's
organization?
out, according to reports by Shams Charania.
Wow.
Here's the issue, right? First of all, there's no way they, like, did not want him around all of a sudden. This is one of those things where, like, they knew.
So you think he wanted out?
Now, here's the problem. There were multiple jobs that were open this offseason. The Suns' job was open, right? It went to Brian Gregory because he went to Michigan State. The Hawks' job was open. It went to Anse Salah, who was in that organization already. The Nuggets' job was open. That went to Ben Tenzer and John Wallace. One guy was working for the Nuggets, one guy had worked for the Nuggets. So there were opportunities for him to go out and get a job. They waited. All the jobs got filled, and now he's out.
And he was in the final year of his deal.
And he's in the final year of his deal. I kind of feel like...
Did he want to interview and they didn't let him?
Well, it says that Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment and Ujiri have decided to part ways as well. He was entering the final year of his deal. So
But, I mean,
this
that's a
does
nice
feel like the
way
type of thing of saying either he was trying to get an extension, thought he might, didn't, and then now is frustrated that he knows he's going to be on his way out, or maybe that's a situation where he did want to go explore. The Raptors knew that. His agent didn't handle it properly, and now he ends up fired.
You don't get to be as good as your job for as long as that guy's been good, and then it comes down to the agent mishandled it. Like, if him and the Raptors wanted to be together, they'd be together.
Okay, so let's take a step back for a second because you say there him being as good as at his job as he's been, and yes, Masai Ujiri has this reputation where he's like a really good executive. Okay, how good has he been? All right, like we know going in 2018 made a huge move to trade DeRozan. We're going to take on Kawhi, even though we have no guarantee that he's going to be here. They win the championship. Outside of that move, like they're bad. And they bid bad for a couple of years. Like, how good is he actually?
That's cyclical, first of all. Being bad for a couple of years. Sam Presti was bad for how long? For how long was he bad, right? Not him being bad, obviously, but his team was bad.
Oh, I mean, he's been there for 17 years.
Yeah,
So
it happens. It happens to the best of us. Jerry West was the GM of a bad team in Memphis, right? Bob Myers came in, and the Warriors weren't great, and he got out as soon as they stopped being great. So I think, and obviously we operate in a market here where the Godfather is being tarred and feathered on this show. People trying to push him out. So
Despicable,
exactly. And you know what he needs to do? Diamond to the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Thank
it back.
you.
Get it
you
back.
Get it. This guy gets it. You see him get up there, by the way, for everyone who's been questioning like his acuity and all of that stuff. You see when they made that pick, him get up there and bust out those dance moves? I mean, that's a man.
Were those dance moves or finger guns?
Those were finger guns, but with a little pizzazz.
and look at he was saying, you see?
Yep.
Veiled threats also as to like, these are finger guns for now. But if this talk continues,
Might turn into something a little bit.
might.
Got to throw that out there. But, yeah, so Masai has had a team that won the division a bunch of years in a row.
they were
been to the
good.
conference finals, lost to a generational
Kept
player.
losing to LeBron.
Right. And built a champion on a very risky move, right? Not only trading the most popular player in the franchise at that point,
But for 1 year.
for a guy who only had a year left, for a guy who was coming off of injury concerns, right? But it worked. And nobody blamed him for it. Matter of fact, and that's not even to mention like his tree. So like Tim Connolly, who is the GM of the Minnesota Timberwolves, he got to Denver after Masai left. Masai, the guy who's going to take over probably in Toronto, Bobby Webster, is one of the brightest guys. One of the guys that people say this guy should be running his own team. It looks like it might be the opportunity right now for him. The question I have is, what team in the league right now, regardless if they just signed their GM or if they've had their GM for a while, is like, ooh, Masai's on the market.
Is there any team that has an opening?
There are no openings. There are no openings at this point. Like they all opened and got filled. The last one being the Nuggets a couple of days ago.
Oh, so he's going to sit out a year. He's going to collect on the final year of the contract.
Sure.
And maybe have a new job next year.
Maybe do some TV. You know?
Well, imagine the vacation he's just planning right now. Got like 12 months off. I'm going to go to... That's just like... I always think about that. Anytime a really rich person like gets out of work, I just picture them being like, where you want to go, honey? Like, just like planning like a 3-week vacation like across the world. Oh,
not only that, but like...
I want to be rich.
You know how happy... I worked with Tom Thibodeau when he was at ESPN. Guy, I've never seen a guy so happy, man. The dude was joy every time he came in the room, slapping backs, making jokes, asking questions. Hey, how's it going? I'm like, wow, why does everyone complain about this guy? This guy's awesome. Same thing with Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy, we know him. We know Stan Van Gundy. That's fun and awesome and loves Blue Bloods and other terrible CBS shows.
Blue Bloods.
And then there's another Stan Van Gundy. There's another Tom Thibodeau. There's probably another Masai Ujiri, who the public doesn't see. It's a dark side. It's a competitive side. I want to win. And that, you can't turn that off. You're not like, oh, that at work, close the laptop. Hey, honey, how was your day? No, man. That job follows you.